When we talk about videos of paranormal activity, Japan seems to stand out the most. Perhaps this is due to the amount of traditions they have surrounding death. Even so, their cold and distant personality surprises us every time they interact with this kind of thing. It's disturbing to think that there are beings from another dimension that can manifest in our reality, especially when this happens in broad daylight. Given that we know how enigmatic these topics are, today we'll show you 5 paranormal activities detected in the daylight. Before we begin, make sure you hit the subscribe button to get notified every day for more amazing content. With that being said, let's begin. Number 5. Flying through the air. Some parents feel safe enrolling their children in neighborhood schools. This way, when the children have reached a certain age, they don't need to take them to their classes or hire someone to do so. Although this creates confidence in the child, there are dangers the kids can't avoid regardless of how close they are to their home. We're not talking about stalkers or serial killers. We'll leave that for another video. We're talking about supernatural beings whose forces can make anyone fly through the air. The case we'll discuss next took place back in early 2017. This is perhaps the proof we need to affirm we're not alone in this world. Captured by a school security camera, you can see a street like any other street in Japan at the beginning of the footage. Some cars are parked while others are passing by. First appears a boy dressed in black, then a man in orange flannel that follows him. However, none of them will star in the following incident. Out of the institute with a white entrance, a schoolgirl with her books at hand comes into the scene. Her gray skirt and white shirt let us know she's in high school. If you detailed carefully, you might guess that she wants to cross the road. But she stops for a moment as she watches a huge truck go through her path. She steps aside as if she saw something that had nothing to do with the car. What do you think it could be? Out of nowhere, she's lifted by the air and falls to the ground a few meters away. The blow is so strong, she releases everything she has in her hands. In fact, for a moment, you'll think she's dead because of the force with which she falls on the ground. However, she begins to do some slight movements. Luckily, she's still alive. The man in orange from a few seconds ago is coming to help her, and a few minutes later, a teacher comes out of the school. People gather around her and try to discover what happened. When this video was uploaded to social networks, all kinds of theories around it were created. Some people believe a demon or a ghost made her fly through the air. Other people believe that in a certain way, the car passed by her opened a portal which expelled a gust of wind. Although the strangest theory says that Death was angry since her destiny was to die being hit by the truck, but when she dodged it, she deceived her destiny. What do you think actually happened here? Number 4. Alien or ghost. When a person is in search of paranormal activity, forests and abandoned houses seem to be the best place for this pursuit. For this reason, more than one curious person has taken their camera and has set out to capture a being. Although in some cases they don't get what they expected. In others, they found creatures from other worlds. The video we're going to show you next is a sample of it. Everything starts like any other video vlog. A boy is walking on the outskirts of a building trying not to fall. The vegetation has taken all over the place, apparently being its only inhabitant. The windows have lost their crystals, although they're still sealed. However, this has never been an impediment for strange beings to live inside. Pay close attention to the following images. Carefully detail what's behind the windows. Can you see it? A humanoid being walks with great care on the other side. The image is somewhat translucent, preventing us from detailing any kind of feature. We can only identify a disproportionate skull compared to its thin body. The truth is that this creature walks like it has a humpback and slightly leaning forward. The boy who is filming the scene realizes it and immediately turns off the camera. We don't know what finally happened to him. Did he go home? Did he continue with his journey? We would have fled immediately if we were in his shoes. No matter how odd this creature might be, we don't know its intentions or its powers. Many things have been said about this video. Some claim that it's an alien, while others believe it's a ghost, and some others think it was just a very thin person. But what do you think it could be? Write it down in the comments below. Number 3. A guest in the house. It's a secret to no one that some animals have their senses more acute than the average human. Dogs are an example of this. In fact, it seems like they have some supernatural gifts, especially when it comes to the paranormal world. The case we'll show you next revolves around it. A family tired of finding their home made a mess every time they returned from work decided to hire a dog trainer. He suggested placing security cameras in his house in order to discover which of his pets was the one committing the crimes. To their surprise, the cause of so many evils wasn't a thing of this world. As you can see, dogs are anxious because of someone's presence. They walk from one side to the other as they bark at those they see. Then, the golden retriever begins to sniff at the white closet door, but it gives up and goes with its partner to another room. However, the camera keeps filming and what you'll see in it will be disturbing. The door that was half open closes on its own. Was it the wind? We don't think so, since it opens back up without the help of a person. The wooden object is agitated from one side to another, as if someone were trying to attract the attention of the animals, but finally it closes again. On the other hand, a napkin roll that was on the table flies through the air, falling on the sofa. As you can see, nobody has done anything to move it. Well, at least no one from this world. The animals appear again on stage, and unlike a few minutes ago, now the animals have a docile and submissive attitude. Strange, don't you think? Number 2. The Ghost Tunnel. When we're in our teen years, we always want to be part of something. Either be part of a community of people or a group of friends. However, for these groups to take us in, we need to prove our value and bravery to the rest. They're usually as crazy tasks as they are dangerous. In the worst case, lives are often in danger. The following recordings were found in Japan. It's a recording so old, not even YouTube had been launched at the moment. As you can see, the story revolves around a tunnel in the middle of the forest. The railway line was abandoned years ago, making it the perfect setting to shoot a horror movie, don't you think? The friends, 2 boys and 1 girl, walk along a stony road towards the construction. The atmosphere feels gloomy, probably due to the lack of sunlight or the autumn shown in the vegetation. The fact that everything is being filmed in broad daylight doesn't mean it's less terrifying. 2 of the friends walk in the foreground, while the third is a cameraman. Only darkness is visible on the other side of the tunnel. The blackness of the void makes you feel anguished, as if some being from the underworld is waiting to surprise you. The girl regrets the madness she's about to face if she goes forward, so she returns to the safe side. Everyone stops and begins to meditate what the right thing to do would be. On the other hand, they don't want to waste their trip to the tunnel, but they don't want to go into such a dark and gloomy place either. Finally, they decide to leave everything to chance and play rock, paper, scissors to decide. The girl loses. However, if you look at the moment everyone places their hands on camera, there's a 4th person taking part. But who is it? She walks towards her destination. The cameraman follows her closely but abandons her when she's lost in the darkness. Time passes, and against all odds, the girl comes back from that place. She runs to her friends, but from one moment to the next, she begins to have a strange attitude. Her steps are slow, and her body swings from one side to the other. In one of these pendulous movements, we discover a dark figure behind her. The camera blurs the shot and we lose the trace. However, the tension is centered on her friend. The girl is upset. What mysteries did she find in that place? Her mind will never be the same again. Number 1. The Girl in Red. In recent years, complaints against school abuse has gained weight in the media. Numerous campaigns have sought to stop such a problem. However, it seems to be an essential thing for the human beings to disturb other people. For example, in the story that you'll hear next, 2 men try to annoy a girl in a public bathroom. However, everything ends up in a wrong twist. The video starts in a car parked outside a public bathroom. We're not sure if this happens in the middle of the road, a forest, or a national park. The truth is that the area is so lonely that any sensible person wouldn't be in the area. They stay in the car waiting for a victim. However, time passes and nobody arrives. After a while, a girl in a red dress and long hair enters the building. In fact, from the outside, you can see how the girl enters the middle cubicle. Both boys get excited and look among their things, a container with water. The boy in the white sweater presses the container hard, trying to get the girl wet. They laugh at the prank and flee again to their car. They stay there for a few minutes waiting for the girl because they want to see her coming out all wet. But that's not what actually happens, because the door of the cubicle she entered doesn't open. The prankster decides to go see while anxiously beats the cameraman and he follows him. To the surprise of both, the place is empty. The girl in red is nowhere to be found. Where could she have gone if there's only one entrance and the only window was always under the camera's eye? The answer we have to explain what happened is almost at the end, when the camera shows the prankster and the cubicles. The woman they'd previously annoyed was a ghost. In fact, for a second, you can see her upside down. The scariest thing in the matter is her pale face and empty sockets. Undoubtedly, this was the lesson they deserved. Alright, Top Fivers, if you haven't already, make sure to visit our other channel, The Brilliant, for even more interesting list videos that'll blow your mind. But I'm warning you, the videos over on The Brilliant are extremely addicting to watch as well. There'll be a link in the description to the channel, so make sure to come and visit us. Or you can go to our latest video popping up on screen right now. Oh, and have you visited thefinestpost.com to enjoy the most amazing articles you'll ever get to read? If not, click the link in the description. Anyway, see you soon.